Hello, in this tutorial, you'll be learning how to edit and color grade this photo quickly and simply when it comes to Photoshop. So, in order to get this raw image to follow along with this tutorial, simply check the links in the description of this video and don't forget to like the video and also subscribe this channel. So for this, you're going first of all import the image and it's going to automatically open up in the camera raw filter. So basically, I just want to correct the highlights and contrast issues first by lowering the whites and highlights. Then I'll open up the shadows slightly and I'll introduce in blacks in the image. And I'll add contrast to the image and open up the exposure slightly. So in case the skin is still looking pale, I'll take this even further down. So after that, I'll simply come to the temperature and warm up the image by taking up the temperature slider to around 5400 kelvins. And I feel like that is okay. So I'll scroll down to my color mixer, and in color mixer, I'll try to manipulate or change these colors. So I'll start with the hues. Basically, hue is changing the color. So when I want to change the greens, I'll play around with the hue slider of the greens to my taste or to my liking. So I'll just make the greens towards the aquas, and I'll play around with the yellows to see the effect. So I feel like also the yellows have to be a little bit more greenish. Then after that, saturation is the intensity of the color. So for the saturation, I'll simply reduce on the saturation or the intensity of the greens, and I'll basically try to do the same for the yellows. And after that, I'll simply come to the luminance. Luminance is the brightness or darkness of the color. So I'll simply darken the greens a little bit. And I'll slightly darken the oranges to have more skin tones in the models, or more contrast in the model's skin tone. And that is where we are right now. So in case we just want to transform this image to look better or to pop, we shall scroll down to the color calibration panel, and in calibration we have the blue primary slider, and just come the saturation and take it up, and you can see by taking up the saturation slider, it's going to make the image pop a little bit more. So in case I've made the image pop a little bit more and it is still looking very unnatural, you can come to the saturation and vibrance and lower the saturation of the image or of the photo. So you can see this is the before, after. So right now we have been just trying to correct the contrast issues regarding this very image. So I'll just even add a little bit more contrast to the image. Then after that, open the image to open it in Photoshop for us to do the skin retouching and the final color grading within Photoshop. So click on open in order to open the photo in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, you're going to be learning frequency separation, or we're going to be using frequency separation to retouch this very image. And later on, we're going to be doing the color grading to achieve even skin tones for our model or for our subject. So you're just going to come to the background layer and duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J, or you can use Command J twice. So create those two layers, double click to name that to color, then double click on this one to name it to texture. So basically in these layers, we want to remain with information as we have labeled. So for the color layer, we only want to remain with the colors, and for the texture layer, we only want to remain with the texture. So select the color layer, turn off the texture layer, then simply come to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. So when you come to Gaussian blur, take the radius down and click on an area that you feel has more skin details. So I'll just take up the radius slide and stop at the point whereby those details within the skin are just starting to disappear. Click OK. Select the texture layer, now activate it. Then come to image, apply image. So when you come to apply image, the source is the name of the photo that you're trying to edit. Then layer, under layer, select the color layer. Blending has to be add. The scale is 2, offset 0, opacity 100%, and make sure you turn on the invert option, and you see the textures on this gray layer. So in case you're editing an 8-bit image, in case you have 8, make sure invert is not turned on, and under blending you select subtract. The scale is 2, offset 128. So for my case, I'm editing a 16-bit image, so I'll revert the settings to 16-bit settings. Invert, click OK, change this blend mode from normal to linear light. Then select both layers, press Ctrl G or Command G on the keyboard. Open up the group by clicking on the drop down arrow or icon, and open up the group and select the color layer. So I'll briefly turn off the texture layer, then come under the brushes, right click and get the mixer brush tool. And for the settings of every tool you select in Photoshop, the settings are always going to display above here. So for the settings, make sure clean brush is selected, and the second option that says clean brush after each stroke is selected. The weight is 9%, load 75, mix 90, flat 100%. make sure sample all layers is not turned on or is not checked, and it's time to start brushing on the skin. So how are we going to brush on the skin? We are going to slightly zoom into the face area and start blending. Make sure you don't zoom all the way in. So reduce on the size of the brush by using the square bracket keys on the keyboard and start blending the colors. So mix the midtones alone, the highlights alone, and the shadows alone. And where those colors are transitioning from one color to another, you can use a very tiny brush to blend the boundaries or the bordering area within that given area. So blend like that, reduce on the size and blend. And you have to follow the way the skin is moving or shaped. So I'll be doing this quickly because I don't want the tutorial to be a long one. So I'll blend this skin quickly and faster. So you can see, follow the direction of how the skin is shaped or how light is falling on the skin tones or the colors. So you can see for the hand or arm area or whatever you prefer to call it, I'll come and simply get a brush and I follow the way the hand is moving up or from top to down, just like that. And be careful, you have to keep on playing around with different sizes of the brush tool. And by the way, to increase or reduce on the size of the brush, you can use the open and close square bracket keys on the keyboard. So I'm just going to paint just like that. And in case your mixer brush tool is displaying a plus icon, make sure you press the caps lock key or you deactivate the caps lock key on your keyboard. So I'll come to the lower part of the body and quickly paint on the knuckles, on the fingers, using a very tiny brush. So you can see and understand that skin editing or editing photos is this very nice, simple and precise and not complicated at all. So in case you want to download actions that can help you edit and retouch faster, the link to my actions or presets is in the description of this very video. So I'll just come and paint just like that. And after painting or evening out the skin tones of this very model, I'll activate the texture layer and I show you what we have been able to do for a skin tone. So you can see before, after. We have been able to smoothen the skin. So select the texture or high frequency layer and get the clone stamp tool. Zoom in by using Command plus or Control plus on the keyboard, and you remove the pimples or blemishes. So for example, we have different pimples like this one or this one. Option, hold down the Option key on the keyboard and left click and release the Option key on the keyboard after left clicking on a clean area near the pimple. Then left click once again to replace the pimple with clean skin. So I'm using the clone stamp tool, and the shortcut for the clone stamp tool is simply press S on the keyboard for the shortcut of the clone stamp tool. So make sure, by the way, the mode is normal, opacity in the flat 100%, align is checked, and the sample set current layer for perfect results regarding your blemish removal step or process. Command minus to zoom out. So after removing the pimples, I'll close this group, and you can see before, after. I'll just show you quickly before, after. Now that we have retouched the skin, it's time to color grade the image. So in order to color grade this photo, we are simply going to create a stamp visible layer. And how is that created? Press Shift Option Command E for Mac. Then for Windows, to Shift Alternate Control E to create a merged or stamp visible layer. Then come and create a new empty layer. Change its blend mode from normal all the way down to color, and select this stamp visible layer that we created initially before. Come to select and come to subject, and Photoshop is going to automatically help us select the edges of the subject. And once it's done selecting the edges of the subject, come back to this new empty layer that we created initially before. Come to the brushes, right click and get the normal brush tool, and make sure for the settings it is soft round brush. The mode is set to normal, opacity at 100%, flat 100%. We just want to zoom in. So the purpose of zooming in is just we want to sample or get a skin tone color sample from the model's skin. Hold down the Option key on the keyboard and click on an area you feel has an appropriate skin color or skin tone, and after that start painting. So how to paint? Simply left click and hold down, and you paint just like that. So left click and hold down, and you drag to paint just like that. And you can see by just doing this, you can see the skin tone is getting this nice warm addition to it. So I'm just going to do this quickly. So you can see the skin is now looking better than where we started. So I'll zoom out in case I want to paint on a large area quickly. So make sure you are careful. But in case you make a mistake during this process, you can simply select or get the eraser tool, and its work is going to be to erase like we do in fine art. So I'll just scroll down to the hand and continue painting just like that. You can see the effect that I have. So I'll just zoom in slightly and reduce on the size of the brush to paint on this other finger that is left out. So I'll come this other hand. Make sure you don't leave out any single area regarding the details of the skin. So I'm using the brush tool. This time around, I'm using the normal brush tool and not using the mixer brush tool. So after ensuring that I've painted on each and every area that has skin tones displaying in the image, it is time to fine tune or perfect those areas that you may have accidentally painted. So just get the eraser tool and make sure the hardness is set to 0, mode is set to brush, opacity at 100%, flat 100%, and simply zoom in by using Command plus on the keyboard to see or identify those areas, and you can bring back the original or eliminate colors from areas you did not want to paint in the first place during the process of evening out the skin color or skin tones of the subject. So you can see right here in between her hand or fingers, we had painted colors and we did not want those colors in those areas. So take your time, and in case you haven't painted on a given area, you can press B on the keyboard, and B is going to automatically help you select the brush, and E is for the eraser tool. That is the shortcut of the eraser tool. Command minus to zoom out. Then press Command D or Control D to deselect active selection, and you can start to have nice and even skin tones for our subject in this case. So after doing this process, you can start, we left out some areas, especially on this lower part of the body. So get this B for the brush tool and just paint using a brush. I hope you can see the results. Very nice and simple. So after this, just come the opacity and reduce on the opacity so that it looks a little bit better and natural and highly realistic. So I'll go with around 77. Then I'll simply come and add more contrast to the image by adding a levels adjustment layer. So in case it is still looking oversaturated, create a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Come and target the reds or select the reds and come to the lightness and reduce on the lightness of the reds in the image. So after doing that, the next step is going to be coming and creating a black and white adjustment layer to slightly mute the oversaturated skin tones. So black and white, change the blend mode from normal to multiply and reduce on the opacity or the effect of the overall effect in the skin. So after that, we are simply going to come and create a selective color adjustment layer and simply come and target the blacks. Then under blacks, just come the cyan and take up the cyan slider. And you can see this makes the image pop a little bit more, especially within the greens of the image in the background. And you can even play around with this slider to see how it is going to be affecting, especially the greens. Then you can even come and manipulate the greens even more. So for this, I'll just come and target the magentas. So I feel like I want to add a slightly bluish tone to the greens in the background. So in case the skin is looking too reddish, you can come and create a color balance adjustment layer and play around with this slider. So for the midtones, you can decide to add a tiny bit of greens to the midtones, and you can even come and cool down or add a little bit of blues. Then you can come to the highlights of the image and decide to add, for example, a cyan to the highlights in the image. So this is what we have been able to achieve so far. So in case the skin is still looking oversaturated, we are going to perfect this even more. So under selective color, I feel like the effect is too much. So come and reduce on the overall effect of the selective color adjustment layer. So you can see what we have been able to achieve in this very tutorial. So after this, you can even decide to add glow or shine to the skin by creating a curves adjustment layer. Then scroll down to this effect or this pointer and drag this until when you feel like the highlights are overexposed, and right click on the curves layer and come to blending options. So just want to take the effect from affecting the other areas of the image and leave it only on the highlights of the skin. Come to blend it, make sure it is set to gray. Come to the underlying layer and drag this towards the right hand side and stop at the point whereby only the highlights, especially on the skin of the subject, are being affected by this effect. Then simply hold down the option key on the keyboard and left click on this right hand pointer so that the effect can blend well or better into the skin. So after that, click OK. Then press Ctrl I. You can press Command I on the keyboard. Then get the brush tool, white as the foreground color. In case you don't have black and white on those colors, you can reset by pressing D on the keyboard. So with white as the top color, and by the way, you can switch between black and white by using X on the keyboard or this arrow key. So I'll paint on only the highlights of the image before, after. Then come the opacity and reduce on the opacity of the overall effect. So I'll leave it around 70 is okay. Then let's do a little bit of eye whitening to the model. So just going to come and simply come to hue and saturation, take down the overall saturation of the image to around negative 79 or negative 78. Then press Ctrl or Command I on the keyboard. Then I'm just going to zoom into the image by using Command plus. Reduce on the size of the brush by using the bracket keys on the keyboard, the square bracket keys, and paint only in the white area to whiten the eyes of our subject. Ctrl minus, or you can use Command minus. So after editing, it is time to save this very image. So in order to save the image, simply go to File, Export, and come to Export As. And it's going to bring back this window for exporting. The format is JPEG. Make sure the quality is set to the maximum, which is 7. Resample is set to bicubic, sharper. And make sure also under color space, convert sRGB and embed color profile have been checked, and click on export and choose where you want to save or export the image and click on save. So this is how you can easily understand how to edit and color grade your photos when it comes to Photoshop. And in case you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video and don't forget to subscribe if at all you have been watching and you are not a subscriber to this channel. Ronnix from ronnixphotography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget, keep practicing and also keep creating.